What's going on, everybody? How you feeling? How you living? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jay, aka Big Daddy Beard, aka your favorite gamer's favorite gamer. Welcome back to another segment to Take a Walk with Me. For those that are new to this, is a playlist on my channel that focuses on single-player campaign-related titles, one-player style gaming only. Now, keep in mind as I'm streaming these titles, these are not full-length walkthroughs nor demos, just me showcasing gameplay of all the digital titles I have in my catalog. So keep that in mind. So before we get started, as always, I specialize in custom art and graphic design work through my company, Imprint Street Artists. For anybody who's looking to inquire about any art or graphic related work, you can hit me up. Also, do have merch available for anyone that's interested. You can take a look at my collection through Instagram, Discord, and also through my Street Artist website, courtesy of Spreadshop. Click that link, shop around. Anything that you guys want to purchase, you can get it printed and shipped out to you. Also, my community tab is open to anybody who wants to promote or advertise their channel or business related endeavor. Drop your link in the live chat while I'm streaming so I can moderate you and add you to the community just as a token of appreciation for all the love and support you guys have been giving me. Also, you have me as a friend through the following platforms: Discord, PlayStation, Nintendo, Switch, Twitch, and Steam. Also, make sure you guys check out episodes of both my podcasts, The Debate Table and Artist Life. Get ready for episode 28 of The Debate Table. The topic will be retro video game consoles. That's going to be Sunday, January 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that. Future episodes to come. Last but not least, if you guys want to donate to the channel or become a member, you can do so. Just know it's optional. Still appreciate the love and support, regardless whether you do or you don't. So with all that being said, let's get it popping like we always do at this time. Cowboy, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Ronan, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Oh, you said you got the 5? Oh, nice. How you like it so far? This thing really got me adjusting the time. This is crazy. All right. Everything is set. All right, let's get it. Okay, so this here is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This popped up in my recommendations. I don't know what this game is about. I don't know what to expect. Um, Again, you guys know I've been trying out more and more games, for the first time because a lot of people have been requesting for it. So this was free to play. So I'm like, you know what? Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. Um, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an interesting one, like everything else that I do. So yeah, let's get it. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock at 12 and call it a day. They ain't lying about that. Appreciate you. The 5 is nice. Just getting started. I played Tiberian Suns since the 90s. Okay. Yeah, the 5 is dope. I just wish the controllers didn't die out so fast. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. DMG, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Oh, I heard that new song that you did, the EIO. I think Cleaner had shared it out on his channel. Hey, that song is fire, DMG. Fire. I like that one. I don't ever have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Why is this feeling like Metal Gear Solid 3 when was it Metal Gear Solid 3? No, I think it was 2. Yeah, it was 2 when the the guy that you talked to on the codex, he was saying like turn the game off right now or something. It was something like it was crazy. I'm like, wait, what? Do what? Turn the game off? Because I forgot exactly what happened. Like what happened in that particular scene. This is feeling like that. It's kind of feeling like the Matrix too. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and set this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. I don't have a favorite time, so go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay, that's interesting but weird. JT, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. like a self-aware game. It's kind of looking like that a little bit. Glad to hear it. All right. Been down since Atari 2600. That's so crazy that you mentioned that, Ronan, because this next debate that I'm going to be doing on Sunday, we're going to be talking about all the like retro video game consoles, like from like back in the day. So, and actually, that's one of the consoles that's on the list, the Atari 2600. That's actually the one I had when I first started. So that's actually funny that you mentioned that. All right, let me move this camera up.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
The
And
lies
then
they
one
tell
day,
him.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so Stanley don't have much of a life if he's ecstatic about coming to the office and just literally doing one touch button pressing. Atari takes me back to when games were just black and white with no color sprites. Right, right. Gotta love it. Filipina, how you feeling? How you living? Mega love shout out. Appreciate you coming through. Nintendo wins as the best, to me, the most stable. Okay. Nintendo, as far as in what era and in what terms of what games or looks or graphics. I mean, I'm not gonna say too much because I want to save it for the debate, but because I kind of already have my list. But yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely start, brainstorming now and just thinking about like all the different consoles, thinking about also too think about any of the old school accessories for those consoles. Like some of the stuff that used to have to go along with it, to make the gaming experience even more live. Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. Who's doing the 16-bit era? Genesis kind of took the win out of Nintendo for a while. You know what they did? I ain't even gonna lie, because Nintendo's kind of like the founding father.
All of
And
his
then,
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
all right, this is weird.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Low-key creepy too, because where the hell is everybody? And you could tell people were still here too, because like some of the terminals and stuff are still on. Machines are still going. Who would want to work somewhere like this where you're known as a number basically? This is not ideal. This is definitely feeling like the Matrix. In terms of stable, I'd have to say they be naked, Nick, washing. you know what you're right. That they had the longest reputation, but PlayStation would be a good verdict after. Yeah, PlayStation came along, and that was pretty much it. The rest was history. ITG, how you feeling? How you living? Make a love shout out. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, where? Why does this feel like what's it called? Um, what's that movie with Will Smith? The I Am Legend. It's kind of feeling like that. Oh, I thought that was blood. Somebody spilled the coffee. Damn, ain't nobody here. This is where like you say hello, and it like echoes all the way down the hall.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Okay, so they just closing doors on me, and I didn't even do that. I would say PlayStation took over the niche Sega one after around the 32-bit era, and moving forward with Nintendo was more focused on family entertainment. Yeah, I would say that. I don't know. It's saying to go. Which door should I take? Should I go left or should I go right? You know, like the saying goes, you know, you can go left or you can do what's right. I don't know. It's kind of creepy. The fact that it's like during the daytime too. It's broad daylight out. Normally, this type of stuff would be happening at night. All right, so where should I go? Should I go left or should I go right? What do y'all think? On the left, on the right, on the left. I suggest on the right. I love that song. I forgot who sings that. Damn, I haven't heard that song in a long time. Set it off, I suggest. No, set it off, I suggest. Oh, set it off. No answers. No left, no right. I wonder what happens if I walk right through the door. I wonder if it'll close on me. What y'all think? Left or right? I don't know. Is there anything else around here? Papers stacking. All right. He said the narrator said the left. Let's go right. Oh, you said go right? Okay, let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire.
Yeah, let's They don't like to follow the rules, and neither do we. So everybody is going. Look at this.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ooh, $1.25 for a drink, man. Ain't like that now. Get a Sprite or a water out the machine, they want like $3.50.
Really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't like the fact that these doors keep closing behind me. Like, what's up with that? The hell's going on? I don't trust that. That kind of like something out that old school movie, The Shining. What happens if I walk down there and it be them two little girls on tricycles talking about something? Come play with us, B.D.B.G.P. Hell no. Man, this don't look no better. This look abandoned.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
5 years ago, you go look. You look at that creepy ass hallway. You walk down there. I ain't doing that. Hell no. I don't know what's about to pop out. I know it's light outside, but still. That's where a lot of the deaths go down.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her who? What the hell is he talking about?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's he talking about? Is he talking about his wife, girlfriend, daughter, sister? I mean, who exactly? And who the hell keep closing these doors? See, knew something was crazy about this game. Oh, now the game ready to have me go through this. Yankee, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Oh!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Hell no, I ain't picking up the phone. Last time I picked up a phone like this, the little girl on the other end was like 7 days. I'm picking that up. And that's the old school landline phone. That ain't no mobile cellular phone with caller ID and stuff. You don't know who calling. Damn it. Can I get out? I can't. Half-Life 2 is my favorite enjoyable game. I don't think I ever played Half-Life.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nah, I'm good. I'll pass. Nope. Nope.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, really? Okay, so we just going to place imaginary brick walls and... Oh, all right. Hell no, that creepy ass voice. I'm good. Here, somebody point me to the exit. I'm good on my way to the 2K connections. Mark on my bus. Nice. Yeah, I'm approaching 3K. Oh, snap. What the hell?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Death? What the hell are you talking about, death?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I mean, we kind of figured that out. I mean, I was sitting there literally pressing the same button for like the past hour.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Man, this game makes me smart as like online school. Right.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Well, then what else am I supposed to do? You got me trapped in this apartment-like office.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
The hell? I could be a doctor. Pay next year. That's what I want. Are you looking to be a doctor? Nice. Okay. Yeah, this game is it's interesting. And this narrator, what's up with him? He is definitely on something.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Look at the cup. Who farted? That's funny. Oh, there go that phone from the that room. That same phone from that movie, The Ring. 7 days. Let's read what these cups say. What does it say? I'd like work. I just hate my boss. And what's that one say? Say mile? Yeah. Be my Valentine. Oh, same cup. I hate Mondays. Yeah, so does Garfield. Join the club. Alright, so I guess we'll go through the left door now since we went through the right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Oh, dang, I was reading that. Who the hell's pressing the slide thing? Everyone is unique. You most of all. Number of slides on this slide. Okay. I want to see what they said about the not getting fired. What was that one about? This feels like being in math class. Oh, what's going on? Boss appreciation specialist. Oh, alright, so looks like it's just gonna keep going. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens when we walk downstairs? Oh. Oh, hell no. Anything dark and red, that means trouble. Let's go on up. Head on up. What kind of office is this? Oh, damn. It's kind of decked out in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Well, thank you for telling us. Hold on, I gotta switch controllers. This might be talking about these things die out so fast. It's crazy. Hold on a second.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Gotta make sure these things are charging.
2845.
I heard you. Stop yelling at me. 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Nay, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome, man. Appreciate you coming through. He said, just in case you ain't get it the first 3 times right. He started getting stern with it too. He was like, 2845. Like, I heard you. Like, you know. I don't like how dark it just got all of a sudden. Where the hell is... I'm to the lights. I don't know what they getting me prepared for, and crazy part is I don't got no weapons, nothing.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, what the hell? Whoa. Hey, all right, come down here and get this maintenance work fixed. The hell? I mean, get on these elevators and stuff. Now, if I would have got electrocuted, I mean, ain't like telling nobody, ain't nobody even around.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No. No, no, no. No. This reminded me of that old school movie, Altered States and stuff, you know, where they start playing with your head and stuff like that. Have you seen stuff that you ain't supposed to see? Nope. I mean, I can't even go back, can I? Can I press this button? Will it take me back up? Oh, it does.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Because I am not going to be doing no mind control stuff. I'm about to put no device on my top of my head and stuff, start playing with my head. Hell no. Where the hell's the exit at?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I'm glad you're having more fun than me right now, because he is hell excited. All right, guess we ain't got no choice but to go downstairs.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
This narrator is wild, ain't he? Thank you for joining the membership. ITG, appreciate it.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, escape. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, here we go. Exit.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? Oh, hell no. Nope. He said two words that no one likes to hear. Violent and death. Let's keep going.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
All right.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay. What the hell is all of this? Damn controller. Come on. All right. Okay, I guess we gotta just press this and see what happens.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
The hell?
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This thing. Okay. These numbers are making my head hurt. Let's get out of here. What's this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't know, but where the hell's the exit at?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't need this thing messing with no one else's head. Come on. I gotta get another controller. This thing is starting to do this now. It's like, it's acting up. Come on. Quit acting stupid. Alright, where am I at? It's so damn dark, I can't even see. Console disabled. Where do I go? Where's the light switch at? Oh, there we go. Go through these doors.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is
hell no.
a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Oh.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is
Sulu, how
much
you feeling?
better
How you
than what I
living?
had in mind.
Welcome in.
What a
Appreciate
shame
you coming
we have so
through.
little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me.
He got a smart mouth. Yes, he does.
What all this means, I barely know where to start.
Oh, come on.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right,
What?
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are
all right,
precious
SEG, appreciate you coming through. Feel free to drop it anytime.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
What?
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
Really?
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Christ. This man is just like telling me the craziest story all while trying to blow me up in the process.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, where did he tell me to go now?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, this is kind of feeling like, it's feeling like one of those games where it's like, all right, I think I got to do everything in like a sequential order.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, wait. Damn it. I should have went through there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. all of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I was just thinking
And
that
for
too.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Something with
He
these
thought
clocks.
to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd,
He just
and
talking,
wondered if
ain't
this
he?
voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
Get out of this
I want my
job.
apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
See, these are the type of jobs you don't want to work, because it's like, if these type of jobs got you doing this type of stuff.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So she's just gonna stand over a possible dead body and just not go alert the authorities or go ask for help, call 911. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna have to get another controller.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, we're not gonna go down there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This game is like one of those mental power trips.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yeah, I don't really understand it.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was
I guess
making
when
a
you go
conscious,
through different
concerted effort
areas,
to walk forward
certain things
and willingly
happen, but
confront his death.
I'm thinking you probably have to go through everything like in a sequential order, and then it'll probably get you to, oh, what the hell? Oh, okay, he wasn't lying. I just really fell to my death. Is it like a
As
little
the machine
misfortune.
whirred into motion
I don't
and
know,
Stanley was
cause
inched closer and closer
this
to
is my
his
first time
demise,
playing this.
he reflected
I
that
just
his life
happened
had been of
to
no
find this on
consequence
the PlayStation
whatsoever.
for free,
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
so I
He
don't really
doesn't know
know.
the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So
Damn.
he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
The hell? How you gonna
Farewell,
pluck?
Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Jesus. Let's rewind for a minute. How the hell you gonna pluck out a blind man's eyes? It's bad enough they can't see, so what? Just take their eyes? Just oh yeah, you don't need these. Can't do nothing with these. Damn, it's kind of foul. Oh, what's this?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
How is that possible? Hold on, let me see if this other controller is, because this one I gotta get rid of it. I think I can probably charge it while it's on playing at the same time. Sorry, I don't mean to keep switching controllers like this, but this one here, I don't know what it's doing. All right, that's a little better. Hate that I gotta go get another controller. These things are not cheap. You're doing like $60, $70 for these damn things. Okay. All right, now we got that glitching nonsense to stop. Where the hell am I at? What's with this creepy ass computers? I've been seeing this like everywhere I go. What is this, the Museum of Modern Weirdness? Oh, they're playing my game, Solitaire. Oh, give me a quick game in real fast. See, this is how museums in the future are going to be. You know, because everything's going to be so technologically advanced and digital and whatnot, to the point where you're going to be walking inside these type of places and you're going to see all this stuff labeled like, this is an office. This is a kitchen. These are books. And then people are going to be like, oh. I swear they had a movie based off of that. What was it? It was like a parody movie. Oh, it was High School High. I don't know if any of y'all ever saw that. But the teacher in the movie, he was like, so I'm going to try to teach you as much as possible. Because I forgot what they were doing. Oh, yeah, they were getting ready for like this practice test. Like, it's kind of like their own version of the SATs and stuff. So he was like, these are your textbooks for the year. And they're all like looking completely lost and whatnot. And he was like, they open like this, and they're like, oh. And then now you try it. Like y'all never seen a book before? I'm telling you. We're gonna start having museums where people are gonna be like, what is this? What is that? Like, you've never seen this stuff before? You never seen a computer? Never seen a phone? Oh, that's what that is? Watch, guarantee you. Wait, what was that? Who pressing stuff? What the hell was that? I just saw something over here. It was something red. Where'd he go? See, there we go again. Wait. Something playing around with me. What is this? Do it again. This must be a puzzle or something. Hold on. So that was green. Wait. Green, yellow. These three right here were blue. Oh, it's changing every single time. Oh. Huh. What happened to the narrator? He just got awfully quiet all of a sudden. No, you've been talking.
You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easier. When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door.
Green door? Oh, damn, where the hell's the green door at?
Stanley stood on the snow.
What the hell is he talking about? Stanley needs more spare time to be able to actually do some stuff and not just working one of them dead-end jobs. Because apparently this job is just showing that Stanley truly has no life. What? The hell? What type of memo is that? This game is crazy. Okay. That was odd as hell. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, I thought I was getting ready to do something. It's got to be the weirdest museum I've ever seen. Say. I can't do nothing with these. It's this way. Okay. Nothing in here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you
whoa. Hey, why are they making me go closer?
Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Oh, hell no. What happened? Yeah, I'm gonna go look for a new job. The days of pressing buttons are over.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I already walked through that door. Let's go down here.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
For really? All of that?
Oh, no, it's
Oh!
to the right, my mistake. No.
Man, you better stop playing.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Mr. Narrator, look at this right and look at this left. Now choose wisely, because seriously, you about to get hit with both. I put up the wrong hands. I'm getting so frustrated.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
This game is wild.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I didn't do nothing.
Move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, great. This man done went from 2 doors, now it's 5. I don't even know where to go. Well, 6 actually, because this one is open. Oh, these follow the same path. I thought they were separate.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just... Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Damn it. Mr. Narrator, you got one more time to restart this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It means if you restart this one more time, I'll beat your ass.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I was about to say we can't, asshole, because the door's closed, but now it's open.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, God, where am I going?
Now this...
What am I doing?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
I don't
care
know
what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, he did it again. I don't know what I want. But this is making my head hurt.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I hope this line leads me right to this narrator.
Where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait, cut the music, go back and
Thank
look
God.
at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh. First it was the line. Then it was that ridiculous ass music. This narrator's bugging. He's on one. See, and this is why I say, don't do drugs. Stay off of them, because the drugs are how you doing this type of mess right here.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I'm still trying to figure out where everybody's at.
This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh, God. You got me walking in a circle. I'm glad I never worked these type of office jobs. It makes you wonder, do office jobs make you go through stuff like this?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
He's asking me all these questions about what we should do. You're the narrator. It's your story, jackass. Like,
oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
You better not.
I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
He talking so much, he cutting his own damn self off.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I hope it means there's an exit somewhere.
Oh, hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
The lies he's telling.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Awfully happy, isn't he?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right. All right, let's see. It's... the jump circle?
Jump, jump. Daddy Mac can make you jump, jump. The Mac Daddy make you jump, jump. Crisscross to make you jump, jump. I don't know why that song just popped into my head from doing this. Jump, jump. Oh, man. Yes. All out of jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
Do not
just
restart
you and me
again.
having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
God damn it.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Why is Stanley not saying anything? He ain't uttered a word since this game started.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I don't know why this game is kind of reminding me of that old school game Myst. It's almost feeling like that a little bit.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
This narrator is keeping it entertaining, though. I will give him that. You know, he's been bugging out.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. Oh, these were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the Memory Zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Yeah, right? That's what I want to know.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and
KY, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming
proving
through.
to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Low-key D, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. So this game is perfect. I love how meta it is. Yeah, it's interesting. It's giving me a headache. Oh man, you should have seen it earlier in the stream. Dude was like bugging. The narrator. Actually, no, he been tripping this whole game.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Yeah.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
Hell yeah.
This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
His level of self-awareness is epic. You think so? Mo G, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
The only game I've played where the game threatened to rage quit.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
You got to get back to it shortly. I appreciate that.
Shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah.
Alright.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've got me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Oh, okay. All right. Please, shut the hell
there,
up.
Sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at
You
work,
listen to this dude
surely
way longer.
whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so
Smash
that it reads as something more
as
beneficial.
if it was the blue thumb
Something
on your
along the
favorite
lines of,
streamer.
this game is the best game. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel
Pony, how you
quite
feeling? How you
certain there
living?
was one
Welcome
here
in.
before.
Appreciate you coming
How
through.
else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave?
Yeah,
yes, I'll take any option at all.
I'm still waiting for her to send me her beats.
We need
her
a door.
And Freak, they're working on some stuff for the tournament, so I'm just waiting.
With any kind of door,
so
as long
I've kind
as
of been like
and lead from one
playing
room to another. I'm going
as
to
a friendly reminder,
and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to.
No, I didn't. I didn't even realize it was late.
But I will find a way.
I didn't get a chance to stay the whole time.
You just need to not do anything. Don't. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my God.
Main reason I love this game is the way it deals with cheaters. It sends them to a room you can't escape from eternity.
I've been sitting here all that time.
Yeah,
just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's
I don't really know how to describe this game.
It's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality.
That's the Stanley Parable faceplant, right?
I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
This is like being in one of those history lecture courses, like in college. Just be listening to the teacher, professor, just ramble on and on and on. You done forgot everything that he has said that was of major importance. You just sitting there like, huh? What? Who? Gary, what up? Now you're feeling, now you're living. Welcome, man. Appreciate you coming through. I don't even want to press this button. Because either you'll love this game or you regret buying it. It isn't for everyone. Well, lucky for me, I didn't buy it. So, it was free to play. But, my God.
hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and
So
about
what in the
us and about
Shakespeare is
everything
going
we've
on?
been through. I've had so
I don't
much
know, Gare.
time.
I don't know.
stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
He said me in
And when that
metaphysics
feeling
class.
had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe
It's a
as the
very British
collapse of
game.
every moment
It is.
I have ever experienced my entire
It is.
life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed.
Yeah,
I felt
sure.
unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I
It's like
have
listening
ever
to those,
known
you know, those
crept into my
audio
mind.
tapes,
And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now,
you know,
for
from like
longer
those
than I could have ever expected was possible.
those
I
doctors
have been
or
waiting
people
for
that
you.
just like they be having
Not
like
that
their
you
little
might save me
collection
or
of
do
tapes. They be
something
having
to
like
fix
20
it,
tapes.
but merely to state
It's like a
for
never-ending
you
audio
the plain
book.
fact of this.
Yeah, goddamn, like shut up. All right, how the hell I get out of here? Oh God. Now they're gonna do the annoying beeping. It's the test of the emergency broadcast system.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It was...
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here?
The end is never the end, 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 is
Oh my God, now that's in my head now. It's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end. Ah! Oh, thank God. Why the hell can I get out this room? This is your brain on drugs. Now I then switched over to 24-hour soothing sounds. Where the hell does garden just come from? Well, at least he stopped talking. Drugs actually help with this game. I mean, something would. Oh God, where am I? I can't even. Okay. Thank God. Oh, hell no. Where am I at? Oh, they got me walking through a never-ending desert? Nah, hell no. I'd rather keep pressing the button and listen to him talk. Where they got me going? Okay. I ain't a mental break after that one. That this game is wild. I didn't even know that this was like a like a remake, because apparently this is not even the original game. So, uh, yeah. I don't know how to describe this game. I would just say, play it at your own risk. Just be prepared for like a mental power trip. Um, yeah, that's really all I got. Is it worth sticking with? Honestly, um, no. No, no. I would just be honest. I'm all about variety, but this is one of those ones I don't. This thing's making my hair hurt. Now, all I keep hearing in my head is, "It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end." You think so? I mean, God bless you, but yeah, I think that's enough of that. Almost what? I don't know how long it's been. Close to 2 hours, maybe. Yeah, this game's making my head hurt. It started off interesting, and then it just got weird really, really fast. Went from 0 to 100 real quick. But yeah, I need a break. I need to actually go and grab myself another controller, because this one, I don't know what the hell's going on with it. So I'll have to get another one. But yeah, yeah, I mean, definitely check it out. If you guys are interested in these type of games. After a while, it just started feeling like Myst, and there's another game that I played that's very similar to this. I forgot the name of it. Um, Damn, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's very, very similar to it. Well, outside of the narration, the narration did kind of make it, a little more entertaining and enjoyable. But Damn, homie could talk. And he could talk his ass off. So it picks up around 6 hour mark. You just gotta just hit your in real life skip button. Oh, see, now that's too long to be waiting for a game like this to be. After 6 hours? Hell no. I don't even stream for 6 hours. So to even try to, I'm good on that part. But yeah, interesting game, you know. So I don't know if I would say play it, but you can try it out. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. So I need to refocus again. But that link that's pinned to the top of the chat, that's for my next debate table episode. It's going to be episode 28. We're going to be talking about retro video game consoles. That's Sunday, January 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So click that link, share it out, spread the word, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's going down. Again, appreciate all the continuous love and support. Big shout out to each and every one of y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that notification bell. Anytime I go live, come through, kick your feet up, relax. My home is your home. You already know what it is. And remember the 4 beautiful things that make this world go around. Peace, love, positivity, and prosperity always. It really is a great game if you like questioning your sanity. I guess. I mean that is an intricate way of putting it. So yeah. What Loki said, if you want to question your sanity, play the game. If not, don't bother. Just make sure you get it for free though. Don't buy it, because unless you're just into this type of stuff. If you are, a rock out, do your thing. But I'm glad I got a chance to play for free versus trying to buy it, because ain't no way in hell I'd have been mad as hell. But until next time, ladies and gents, it's your boy signing off. Much love, peace, and I'm gone.